day. Stay with us. Good morning and welcome to Traders 20 on ET Now. I'm Megha Chadha. Hi everyone, I'm Avan Dabash. Remember, Traders 20 is the show that you can get your daily dose of 20 fresh stock ideas so that you can have a profitable trading day. We'll have our top technical experts. They'll be coming together over the next half hour so you can pick up some very exciting bets in the markets. And well, not just that, we'll of course be also showcasing commodity picks as well as strategies to help you make the best of the futures and options market. So let's give you a glimpse of the lineup then we've got for you for today. Ashwini Gujral will be joining in as always from New Delhi. We've got Mitesh Thakur, Sandeep Wagle and Prakash Gaba from Mumbai. Rajat Bose joins in from Kolkata and Deepak Mohini from Pune. Confined to a very tight range, but it's a positive start for the markets as we speak. 53.26 on the Nifty, while the Sensex is holding up at 17,565. It's real estate and oil and gas that's really fueling the gains this morning. Individual stocks, then you've got Maruti Suzuki, the Manesar talks restarting. That's what's really fueling the growth there. The entire ADAG pack is looking pretty strong. So you've got Rel Power, Relcom as well as Rel Infra featuring on the list. Apart from that, you've got a Bharti Airtel and a DLF holding up smartly. GAIL ONGC, which is providing massive support to the index post that Q1 earnings, plus an oil discovery is holding up, as well as Ambuja Cements and BPCL. To a quick disclaimer then from our end on Traders 20, please remember to consult your financial advisor before you take any positions in the stocks that are mentioned on the show. Well, let the countdown begin. Let's bring on board our first two technical experts. Ashwini Gujral joins in, as does Mitesh Thakur. Gentlemen, great to have you on board. Ashwini, I'll start off with you. What have you identified for today?
Well, the market seems to be having a positive bias, but still it's individual stocks more than great trends. So Dabur is the first one that's breaking out to new highs. FMCG stock, this is a buy with a stop about 120, target of 132. Financial technology is another one that's trying to break out. This is a buy with a stop about 805, target of 860. Fresh intermediate high here. Maruti, the news flow is extremely negative, headlines, etc., extremely bad, but the stocks rallied $90 since the day of that incident, which to me is an extremely positive development. A stock, if it can rise through negative environment. This is a buy with a stop about 1160, target of 1250. And United Spirits is making a large move today, fresh intermediate high. It's gone through 5-6 days of down move. So it seems like, something is imminent. People should remember it's a high risk stock. So keep your stop around 855, 860 and look for targets about 960.
Okay, those were some ideas coming in from Ashwini. But Mitesh, what are the top ideas that you've got for us this Monday morning?
See, I've got a slight bias towards the long side. While the index is not doing much, I think some stocks are showing promise of a possible breakout. The first of them is Renuka Sugar. Some traction today. It's showing a positive movement within an overall positive setup. It's also managed to get past the short-term averages. This could be quite good for the stock in the immediate term, and I suspect it could head towards targets of 35, 35.5, which have been the earlier swing highs. I would suggest buying this with a stop just below 32.5. I've got a buy on BHL as well. This is a stock which can possibly get into a slightly medium-term uptrend. There are fresh long signals emerging on the daily price chart and could suggest a significant upside. So I would look for a slightly positional kind of a view over here with a price target of 250, and would suggest buying with a stop below 226 in the spot segment. I've got a buy on Dabur. Ashwini also picked that up. I think very clearly the entire sector is doing well, but this stock has been the latest entrant to break into the fresh highs, and we have seen new breakout and new fresh long signals emerge with the price getting into all-time highs. This one can be bought with a stop at 121.5 for a price target of 130. And I've got one solitary sell call on Emphasis, wherein the lot of indicators have given a breakdown and possibly entering into a sell mode. The stock price is also slipping below key short-term averages. So very clearly, I think that the overall setup is turning negative, and there could be a small price decline happening over here. Sell this with a stop at 396 for a price target of 370.
3 buy calls, a solitary sell in the form of emphasis. That's the word coming in from Mitesh Thakkar. But let's get all your individual queries answered right here with Ashwini Gujral. Our first query comes in on Aban Offshore. We've got a live caller. Ashish Oak is joining in on the phone line from Pune. Ashish, thanks very much for joining in on the show. What's your query?
Yeah, morning everybody. I'm holding Aban Offshore for last 2 years at the price of 600. I'm holding around 60 shares. So what do you propose to do about it?
Well, stock's fallen 30%. So not only you lost time value, but also value in terms of the stock. It's unlikely it'll get back to 600 in a hurry. Again, I keep repeating, whenever you buy anything, please put at least a 5 to 8% type of stop. So if you would have bought this at 600, I mean, if the trade wasn't working at say 570, 560, at some point you should have decided, okay, it's not working, the market is proving me wrong, so I'll get out. Please remember, stocks are not property, they are not supposed to go up over the long run. It is, explained to us often that if you hold it long enough, it will go up. That doesn't happen.
Okay, so that's the advice coming to you on an Aban Offshore. Look at exiting your current investment. On to the next query, which is coming in from a businessman in Kolkata. It's on a power grid. Gaurav, hi, good to have you with us. Go ahead with your query on power grid.
Yeah, good morning. I've got 5,000 shares of Power Grid bought at the rate of 109. I heard Mr. Ashwani giving a buy recommendation few days back. What should be the target and what should be my exit price on the upside and the downside? And if required, I can buy more.
Okay, so Ashwani, what would you advise him to do with the Power Grid?
See, this stock had been sleeping for a long time, and since the day of the grid collapse, it is showing, interesting momentum, which shows that there is a market looks for opportunity in all adversity. Now he's gotten on a good price. From there, it's moved up 10 bucks, which is a lot, for a 100 rupee type of stock, and particularly Power Grid. So now, he needs to keep a trailing stop, which means that the stock should not close below 116. If it does, take your 5-6 bucks and get out. Otherwise, we still think that it should go up to 129. It will be a slow move. It's a utility type of stock. So don't expect those 9 bucks to come in tomorrow or day after. But say in the next couple of months, you'll get it. And the good thing is it's not volatile, it will not respond a whole lot to Europe, etc. So that is the upside. But you have to hold it, and if you get around 129, 130, from 109 to 130 is about 10-20%. On a utility stock, that's good enough. Take your profit at that point and be happy.
From Power Grid to a GMR Infra, that's the last query for Ashwani. It's an email query which has been sent in by Mr. S.R. Kulkarni. Now, Mr. Kulkarni holds 1,000 shares of GMR Infra at an average price of 69 rupees apiece. He wants to know if he should hold on Ashwani or book his losses.
I think by now he can guess my reply. I mean, again, stocks down 70%. I mean, there is nothing you can say to, such an investor, because whichever way, either he will book less losses or more losses. Either way, it will be losses. So now he needs to decide where he would exit. As far as I am concerned, I try to book losses dispassionately. If something is losing money, if the market is telling me I have made a mistake, you have to be out. I would be out of GMR today itself. I think Dabur is doing much better than GMR is doing, with all its fancy airports. So, this has been a wrong investment. So try to cut your losses. The range of trading here is basically about 18 to around 30.
Okay, Mr. Kulkarni, so that was a clear exit advice coming in on a GMR Infra. But here's a disclaimer then before we go ahead with the show, that if you decide to take positions in any of the stocks that have been discussed on the show, it's advised that you consult your individual investment advisor. But time for a quick break on the show. But why don't you use that break, in fact, to send in all your queries for Ashwini? There are 3 ways that you can do that. You can write into us via email at bnsn@etnow.tv. You could also SMS us your query on 58888 or call in and talk to Ashwini live on 022 2437 111.
More trading ideas are coming your way on the other side of this very short break, because we've got with us Sandeep Wagle and Prakash Gaba. Traders 20, that's the name of the show you're watching. Welcome back.
Well, it's flat as flat can be for the Nifty and the Sensex, but there is a fair bit of action coming up on the mid-cap side of the market. So we've got the mid-cap index high by about 1/3% at this point in time. Some of the big movers and the new highs that we've witnessed today, it's been a Mahindra & Mahindra Financial Services. Waka, though, that slipped a bit, but do remember it has registered a fresh high for today's session as well. A Tata Global Beverages also, that's been a counter that's on a continued high. A Gloride Tech, on the other hand, another bad day coming in for the company. They're 5% lower right now. It's a fresh low for the counter. Do remember it's shaved off a fair bit over the last few sessions as well. In terms of high volume action, we've got a Lanquin as well as Suzlon that's seen some bit of momentum. And Vijay Group of stocks, really that deserves a mention, because we've got a Kingfisher Airlines. Despite that 650 crore rupees of loss coming in, the counter is high by about 18%. Not just that, in United Spirits as well as the United Breweries. Those two counters also adding on some very smart moves.
Okay, keep an eye out on some of those counters doing very well today. But what are the trading ideas that Sandeep Wagle and Prakash Gaba are recommending for today? Let's find out. Hi, Sandeep.
Yes, Aman. Good morning. I have a buy in Z Entertainment, stop loss of 167, target of 178. A very clear price and volumes breakout in the hourly charts. So the move is expected to come in the next 1 or 2 days, today or tomorrow. A buy in Financial Technologies, stop loss of 808, target 845. This has broken the previous swing high in the daily charts. Over the next 2 to 3 to 4 days, this target should come in, assuming the market stays where it is. And a buy in United Spirits, stop loss of 848, target 921. I think when I gave the call, it was somewhere around 877, 78. It's already moved to 890. So maybe one can wait for a decline to around 884, 85 and start buying there. A stop loss of 848, target 921. The reason is price and volumes breakout in the early charts.
Right, and Prakash, you've also got 3 buying ideas for us?
Yes.